Did you know that one tiny routine, something as basic as adding a citrus squeeze to your beverage, could either boost or harm your well-being, particularly after age 60? It sounds intense, I understand, but here's the reality. Every year, countless seniors in the U.S. face sudden gut troubles, kidney stones, or blood glucose surges, often unaware that the cause might lurk in their pantry, right beside their cherished citrus. I'm not here to frighten you away from citrus fruits. In truth, citrus can be a fantastic friend for your wellness. But when paired with unsuitable foods, it can silently spark issues that most folks don't discuss. These issues may manifest as puffiness, tiredness, or, in severe cases, a hospital visit. So, in today's video, we'll reveal the facts. I'll guide you through the top foods you should never mix with citrus, especially if you're over 60. Then I'll share some effective, safe pairings that can genuinely enhance your digestion, immunity, and joint wellness. No, this isn't another list of rules and restrictions. This is a genuine discussion about small decisions that create a significant impact. So, stick with me. If you're someone who loves citrus water in the morning or adds a dash to dishes, this video might shift how you view food. And hey, before we begin, if you're curious to check if you've been doing it correctly, type a 1 in the comments. If you've never considered it, enter 0. And don't forget to follow Health 365 for more straightforward wellness advice that counts. Now, let's jump into the first thing you should never combine with citrus: milk. And not just milk, but all dairy items like yogurt, cheese, and even that creamy touch in your morning brew. For most of us, dairy has always been viewed as beneficial. It's soothing, packed with calcium, and a staple for sturdy bones, right? But here's something most people don't know. When you blend citrus with dairy, especially after the age of 60, you might be brewing a recipe for profound gut unease. Here's why. Citrus juice is rich in citric acid. When this acid encounters the calcium in milk or yogurt, a chemical reaction occurs. The acid makes the milk curdle. Yes, that means it starts to split into clumps and liquid. While that might sound like a simple kitchen test in your stomach, it can cause bloating, heaviness, and that dreadful sense of food just lingering, not digesting well. If you're younger with a robust gut system, you might hardly notice, but as we age, our bodies naturally make fewer digestive enzymes and stomach acid. This means foods don't break down as smoothly. So when a 65-year-old eats yogurt with citrus juice or sips a citrus-infused milkshake thinking it's revitalizing, their stomach might struggle. Instead of absorbing nutrients, they often experience gas, discomfort, or even loose stools. And they don't always understand why. Science supports this. A study in the journal Food Chemistry found that citric acid significantly changes the protein structure of dairy, altering how it acts in the gut. Another report from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition noted that seniors are more likely to struggle with calcium absorption when acidic compounds are introduced incorrectly in meals. I had a neighbor named Joyce, a kind woman in her 70s who relied on her detox ritual of warm milk with citrus at night. But she kept waking up feeling nauseous and bloated. Once she swapped the citrus for soothing chamomile, her symptoms disappeared. It wasn't magic. It was simply a more brilliant food pairing. So what should you do? First, avoid adding citrus juice directly to milk, yogurt, or cheese dishes. Skip popular citrus parfaits or creamy citrus pastas unless the dairy is prepared in a way that neutralizes the acid. And if you enjoy citrus water, wait at least an hour after dairy to drink it. Now that we've covered dairy, let's move to something sweet, but not in a positive way. Let's discuss something that might seem like a small indulgence. Refined sugar. Whether it's in your morning pastry, a piece of birthday cake, or that teaspoon you mix into your tea, sugar is everywhere. Seems harmless, right? But when you combine citrus with refined sugar, especially if you're managing blood glucose or are over 60, the outcomes can be risky. Here's the situation. Citrus contains citric acid, which is known to slow how the body handles glucose. When you eat something sugary, your blood glucose naturally rises. Usually, your body releases insulin to help cells absorb that sugar. But studies show that high levels of acids like citric acid can disrupt insulin's work. This means instead of your body managing sugar efficiently, glucose can stay in your bloodstream longer than it should, causing sudden spikes or risky drops later. This is a genuine concern for people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, which affects nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65 in the U.S., per the CDC. Even if you've never been diagnosed, your body becomes more insulin-resistant as you age. So mixing citrus with that sweet bun can quietly undermine your wellness goals. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that acidic foods can lower insulin sensitivity by up to 20% when paired with refined carbohydrates. That's not a minor figure. It's enough to leave you feeling tired, dizzy, or oddly hungry again soon after. A close friend, Frank, learned this the hard way. He used to drink lemonade every afternoon, homemade with fresh citrus and 2 spoonfuls of white sugar. It was his little habit. But sometimes the most minor tweaks make the most significant difference. So here's a tip. If you love citrus, enjoy it alone or pair it with naturally sweet foods like berries. But avoid refined sugar, white sugar, syrup, or candy, especially in the same meal or drink. And if you do indulge, give your body time before adding citrus to the mix. Now, let's explore a group of foods that are healthy alone but, when paired with citrus, could cause something as painful as kidney stones. Foods often seen as super nutritious like spinach, beets, and even peanuts. They're rich in fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that support heart and brain wellness. But for seniors, combining these oxalate-rich foods with citrus, a fruit high in citric acid, can quietly pose a kidney risk. Here's what's happening. Oxalates are natural compounds in many plant foods. On their own, they're usually fine, but when mixed with specific acids, like citric acid in citrus juice, they can bind and form tiny crystals. Over time, these crystals can grow into kidney stones. Seniors are more vulnerable because kidney function slows with age, making it harder to flush out those compounds efficiently. According to the National Kidney Foundation, adults over 60 are more likely to develop kidney stones than younger people, and diet plays a significant role. A study from the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that a diet high in both oxalates and acids led to a much higher rate of calcium oxalate stones in people over 55. It doesn't take much. Something as simple as a spinach salad with citrus vinaigrette or a beet smoothie with citrus juice could quietly set the stage for stone formation if consumed often. I recall a story about Linda, a lovely 68-year-old who swore by her morning beet juice with citrus. She thought it was cleansing her liver, but after 2 ER visits with sharp back pain, she learned she was building up oxalates without realizing it. Her doctor helped her adjust her diet, keeping the citrus but switching out the beets. Since then, no more stones. You don't need to cut spinach or beets from your diet. Just avoid pairing them directly with citrus frequently. Instead, enjoy spinach with olive oil or vinegar. Save citrus for other meals and drink plenty of water to help your kidneys clear excess oxalates. If you've had kidney stones or have reduced kidney function, consult a doctor or dietitian before regularly combining oxalate-rich foods with citrus. Now that we've covered what to avoid, let's move forward. Because when paired wisely, citrus can still be a strong ally in your wellness journey. Up next, 3 safe, senior-friendly citrus pairings that support vitality without risk. One of the best partners for citrus, especially for those over 60, is something you might already have in your kitchen: raw honey. Unlike the processed kind in those bear-shaped bottles, raw honey is full of natural enzymes, antioxidants, and antibacterial properties. When mixed with warm citrus water, not boiling, just comfortably warm, it creates a soothing drink used for centuries to aid digestion, ease inflammation, and boost immunity. And the best part? It tastes like comfort in a cup. So what makes this combo so great for you, especially in your later years? Let's start with digestion. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, making it harder to break down food and absorb nutrients. The mild acidity from citrus gently kickstarts digestion, while the natural sugars and enzymes in raw honey coat the stomach lining, reducing irritation and promoting smoother gut movement. Then there's the immune system. A 2018 study in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that raw honey's polyphenol can strengthen the body's immune response and fight certain bacteria. Add the vitamin C from citrus, and you've got a natural, tasty, immunity-boosting drink that's better than any store-bought supplement. My neighbor Joe, who's 72 and still takes daily walks, swears by his morning cup of warm citrus water with a teaspoon of raw honey. He says it keeps his throat clear, his digestion content, and even helps with the scratchy cough he used to get every fall. He starts each morning with it on an empty stomach, and the difference he's noticed over the past year is remarkable. Here's how to make it part of your routine. Squeeze half a citrus into a mug. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey, local if possible, and pour in warm, not hot, water. Stir gently and sip slowly before breakfast. It's a small act of care that feels almost ceremonial. Just ensure the water isn't too hot, or you'll destroy the enzymes in the honey that make it so beneficial. Next, we're heading into golden territory. Literally. Let's discuss a spice that turns everything it touches a warm yellow and brings potent healing benefits when mixed with citrus. Turmeric, that golden spice used for thousands of years in traditional medicine. It's warm, earthy, and incredibly effective at fighting inflammation. But here's a little secret many don't know. When you mix turmeric with citrus and a pinch of black pepper, you unlock something special, especially for joint health, liver support, and overall vitality after 60. Turmeric contains curcumin, the key ingredient behind its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant powers. But curcumin alone isn't easily absorbed. Without help, most of it passes through your system. That's where citrus and black pepper come in. Citrus's natural acidity helps activate curcumin, and black pepper's piperine boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Yes, 2,000. That means this trio isn't just a trendy wellness shot. It's a powerful tool to reduce inflammation from within. This is vital as we age because chronic low-level inflammation drives conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and cognitive decline. And let's not forget the liver. Your liver works harder with age, filtering toxins from medications, processed foods, and daily stress. Citrus and turmeric together support liver function by encouraging bile production, which helps break down fats and flush waste more efficiently. My Aunt Kathy, 67, struggled with stiff joints for years. She started a morning detox shot: warm water, a squeeze of fresh citrus, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a tiny pinch of black pepper, and sometimes a dash of cinnamon. Within weeks, she noticed less stiffness in her hands and more energy all day. It became part of her morning routine, like brushing her teeth. If you want to try it, start small. Turmeric can stain and has a strong flavor, so adjust to your taste. Always mix well to keep the ingredients from settling. Think of it as a golden boost to your morning. A little zing, a little spice, and a lot of healing. And speaking of warmth and healing, there's one more ingredient that pairs beautifully with citrus to support circulation, ease digestion, and keep chilly hands and feet toasty. Let's talk about ginger, one of nature's most trusted remedies for warmth, circulation, and digestion. When combined with citrus in warm water, ginger becomes even more potent, especially for those over 60 dealing with sluggish digestion, joint stiffness, or cold extremities. Here's why this duo works so well. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogales, known for their anti-inflammatory and warming effects. They boost blood flow, stimulate digestion, and reduce joint pain. Citrus, meanwhile, adds vitamin C, supports immunity, and gives your metabolism a gentle nudge. Together, they form a warming tonic that feels like an internal hug. This pairing is beneficial for seniors who frequently experience coldness or struggle with circulation. As we age, blood vessels lose elasticity, and circulation slows, making some over 60 feel chilly even in mild weather. A warm drink with citrus and fresh ginger can gently dilate blood vessels, improving flow and warming extremities. But that's not all. Ginger also boosts digestion by stimulating saliva and stomach enzymes. Paired with citrus, which encourages bile production, they create a perfect storm of digestive support. So, if you deal with bloating, gas, or that heavy post-meal feeling, this drink offers soothing relief. Science backs this up. A study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that ginger significantly improved gastric emptying, meaning food moved through the stomach faster, reducing discomfort and enhancing nutrient absorption. Another study in evidence-based complementary and alternative medicine showed ginger reduced pain and stiffness in arthritis patients when taken regularly. To try it, peel and slice a half-inch piece of fresh ginger. Add it to a mug with citrus juice, then pour in warm water. Let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes and sip slowly. If you like sweetness, a touch of raw honey fits perfectly, combining 3 powerful ingredients in 1 cup. So now you've seen the whole picture. Citrus can be tricky, but with the right partners, it becomes an excellent ally for your wellness. Ready for a warm wrap-up? There you have it. Citrus isn't just a tangy fruit. It's a potent tool that, when paired wisely, can enhance your wellness in ways you might not have imagined. Whether it's aiding digestion, soothing inflammation, or gently warming your body, the right combinations make all the difference. At this stage of life, it's not about limits. It's about being wise, listening to your body, and making small, caring choices that lead to significant changes. If today's video gave you a fresh perspective, let us know in the comments. Type 1 if you learned something useful, or 0 if you're still curious to try it yourself. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our gentle, powerful wellness tips here.